Hello, everybody. I did it to Seth again. I cut him off. We're talking about wrestling tickets. I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta get the countdown.
It's all good.
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry about that. So welcome back. Obviously, we are the Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast here on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and to subscribe to the channel. We're back with our YouTube live stream, Uncensored, and it's been a while, Seth. So, yeah, man, how you been? How you been?
Good, man. Just plugging away and just living every wrestling fan's dream.
Yes, exactly. Right. It's always about plugging away, and you have a great schedule. My schedule is just chaotic and hectic, and I'm trying to get a regularly scheduled program for y'all. I'd love to obviously do it on Thursdays like we were originally doing, but it's just things come up and I have to switch the dates and stuff like that. So what I suggest is you guys got to turn on those notification buttons, because that's when you see, live streams posted and stuff. Just turn that notification bell on and you'll be immediately notified, and then you can come and watch us live and watch us banter about everything wrestling, figures, product, everything. So with that said, you can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at SQDCircleAFP. I do post kind of what's going on, and I do have links to all this there as well. So, I have a huge LinkedIn or Linktree or whatever. And then I also obviously post about when we're going on. I have also a shop on Whatnot, so you guys can follow me over there as well if you're looking for wrestling cards. I'm primarily doing wrestling cards over on Whatnot, but who knows, that may change sooner than later. And then I'm always at the Woodbridge Toy Show now. I'll be there every month till the end of the year, probably at CollectorCon too if you're in New Jersey. So, definitely follow the Woodbridge Toy Show, and I'll be selling some of my collection. I have so much, Seth. I just have to get rid of a lot of stuff right now. So that's where I'm at right now. Seth, where can everybody find you?
Oh, well, everybody can find me. Again, very easy. You could follow me on Instagram. Just my name. It's just my name. And same thing as YouTube. It's just my name. I've made it simple. I've made it less complicated. The other thing is I'm on Twitter now. So I finally got the courage to go on Twitter. So now I'm tweeting. And then also I started a Facebook group called the BFC, Bayer's Faction of Collectors. So
awesome. I got to join that. I didn't even know about that. We talk and stuff, but it's like, I'm busy doing this, doing that, and there, talking to this guy, talking to that guy. We have personal lives and stuff like that. So I'm going to definitely join the Facebook group.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's just a regular Facebook group where everybody just talks and shares about their passion for collecting. If you have, social media, or you do videos or any kind of content creation, you're more than welcome to join and drop your stuff in there for people to watch. It's an open group for, people to have fun and have a good time and, share their passion and love for the world of collecting.
Yeah, and that's what we love to do here, and not only for the world of collecting, but for the world of professional wrestling, at least here. So yeah, I love this live stream is going to kind of be a little bit here, a little bit there. We'll kind of review a little bit about Monday Night Raw, a little bit about AEW, because a lot in the balance with AEW right now. As we move into Collision, as we move to Forbidden Door, it's really interesting. I think WWE's doing so well right now. Their attendances are up, our live events. Their attendance is up on Raw and SmackDown. Their obviously ratings are up on SmackDown. I think they did one of their highest ratings in a long time last Friday night, and that was a great SmackDown with the Jimmy and the solo stuff. It was solid. Yeah, it was good. It's good, solid SmackDown as they continue the Bloodline story. And, as we headed into Raw, I didn't expect much from Raw, and I thought they did a really good job at putting on an entertaining Raw as well. So
I like how they're setting up for Cody versus Dominic at Money in the Bank. So I think that's going to be a match at Money in the Bank, and then I think what's going to happen is Lesnar's going to come out and cost Cody the match.
Sets up the SummerSlam match, right?
And then it sets up for Cody and Brock at SummerSlam. I mean, the shit just basically writes itself. That way, Cody doesn't lose to Dom clean, and the heat still stays on Dom, and he could still be the most hated person in all of WWE.
It's him and Don Callis have some nuclear heat. I haven't seen some of the
Don Callis is crazy nuclear right now.
Oh, I mean, even you saw him at AEW on Wednesday Night Dynamite. I mean, the fans were more on him than into the match. It was just ridiculous. And
Yeah.
it harkens back to a time I was obviously a huge ECW fan. I went to a lot of the shows, and the only guy in ECW that I would say I would say the top three guys that would give you a nuclear heat were the Dudleys, obviously, Bubba and Devon, the whole group, everybody. And then Tommy Wildfire, Tommy Rich, man. I mean, he and the FBI, when the FBI were heels, I mean, he would go down there and the people were on him nonstop. And it's funny, I had seen Tommy at the ECW arena just recently in Philadelphia at one of those icons of wrestling trade shows and stuff like that. And it was great, collector shows. I talked to him about that, and we discussed how it's just so much different these days. And it's so funny how we were talking about it, and then immediately afterwards, Dom gets on the bandwagon and Callis gets on the bandwagon. Yeah. It's just nuclear. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It makes good content. It gets it gets the fans involved, which is whether it's good heat or bad heat, they always want to try to find a way to get the fans involved, and that's the way, especially when their music hits, they come out, they're getting booed already before they even step in the ring. Once they get in the ring and they give him the mic, they don't even give him a chance to talk. They're just booing him, and it's that's that's good. That's good for the brands.
Yeah, and it's the art of it too. Dom does it also in such a way where he's, he slowly holds, and then he hears it and he lets it cut. He gives it time, right? He gives it some time to marinate, and brew. Exactly, it's just so good, and so he's so well done. I mean, if I understand why you want to hate him, but when you look at him from the outside looking in, he is doing one of the best jobs in WWE right now. So it's interesting. So as we talk about WWE versus AEW right now, WWE, again, I think they're on a really great upward trajectory. I think they're staying the course. I don't have really any complaints about it. I mean, there are some complaints, women's division stuff and all that jazz, but the overall product has been enjoyable. AEW is interesting because I think every week when I watch AEW, it's for me personally, hit or miss. And now you have this addition, which will be the Collision, the third show. And man, this could be split down the middle, very divisive, whatever. I can't freaking pronounce.
Well, I guess this is if you want to say this is their way of kind of doing their own brand split. Where they're going to have, the Rampage and the Dynamite people are going to be on one side, and then you're going to have your collision people on the other side. It's basically just their version of a brand split. And it's stupid because you know what? At the end of the day, everyone should just cut the bullshit and the drama, and everybody should just do what's best for the business and work together. And that's the problem.
Yes, I agree. Sorry. I hope you guys didn't hear that. You may have heard a little dingling. I don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. I don't know. I hope it didn't come through on the stream. But anyway, I thought I turned that stuff off. But anyway, I agree. I am a fan of, look, if you want to have two shows, have two shows, but don't be so hardcore. Don't be so split. Listen, but
you want to sell out. You want to sell out that show in Wembley. You get the Elite versus CM Punk and FTR for the trios for the trios belts. Let all those guys put their bullshit aside and make that match happen. That match would probably blow the roof off the place.
Well, here's
and there is no roof on that place. So
no, I know. No, I understand it. It'll definitely be just an amazing event. Well, here's it's funny that you mention the Wembley show. The Wembley show is selling very well. So I'm going to pull this up. I usually use for my ticket sales and stuff WrestleTix real quick. And as you can see here, estimated paid was 65,000 already. Current setup is 75,000, and the available tickets are about 10,000.
And that's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good for them.
To not even have a card yet. Now, I'm interested to see what, are all these paid actual fans going, or are these resellers? But I'm assuming most of that's paid,
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. However, you go to this last week's show. Where was this show? I forgot. It was in Colorado, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
think the Dynamite was in Colorado this past week. I think they sold 2,900 tickets, Seth. That is
Wow.
worse than a house show, I mean, oh yeah, Colorado Springs right here. Colorado Springs, they had 2,900 tickets. That's nothing. I mean, to be honest, when you were watching Dynamite, the crowd was pumped, but you could kind of hear that there was a lot of sections closed off and it was very empty in there.
Well, it was kind of like it's kind of like when I went a couple of weeks ago when they were down here in Sunrise. The camera the camera doesn't only picks up the side where all the crowd is. They're not showing what the crowd is like behind the camera, because what was behind there was pretty empty.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that just seems to be the reoccurring theme with them is what they do, which is fine. You know what? I get it. They're trying to make the show look aesthetically pleasing. They're trying to make it look like it's a filled house. But you know what? They should stop worrying about all this stuff and really focus on getting better storylines and not the business side of it. Because once you get the storylines going, then people get vested. Then once people get vested, then they want to spend the money to go.
Exactly. And I think that's the issue. I think, and even, I just pulled up June 14th, which will be next Wednesday in Washington, D.C. This is usually a good house for them. They'll do 5,000 to 10,000 here, and they've only sold 4,300. Actually, AEW guy, one of our super fan friends, from the AEW events, actually lives down in this metropolitan area, and he'll probably be there most likely. And it's just surprising that they can't even fill a 5,532 house. And that's the current setup. I was obviously at the last two pay-per-views, big crowds, but even the Dynamites prior to those pay-per-views, it was like, even in San Francisco, the Cow Palace, they didn't have anybody there. They had like 2,000-3,000 people there. So
yeah.
Again, I don't, like you said, I think it's more or less they have to start focusing, like you said, on consistent vested storylines that are going to get people to want to go to see your product, especially on a Wednesday night. So how are they going to do this on Saturday? That's what I guess more people go out on Saturdays, so maybe it's going to be a better night for them. But
well, again, you also got to keep in mind too, their first show is in the United Center. They already announced Punk's coming back. Every time they go to Chicago, they do great. They do great at Chicago, and especially if CM Punk's there, he pulls everybody in. So I mean, I'm expecting a packed house for that first episode of Collision.
Yeah, I agree. I think and even for Forbidden Door, I think they're doing about 12,000. They've sold out the house, I think, for Forbidden Door.
And they haven't even
Canada.
Yeah, and they haven't even announced. They've only announced what, like 2 matches.
Yeah, you're gonna have what is it, Okada and Bryan, right?
Yeah, and you're gonna have Will Ospreay and Kenny.
Yeah. So those are the first 2 I think that have been announced.
And then what I was reading this morning is that they're trying to get Kenta and CM Punk.
Yes, Kenta and CM Punk, which will be a great match. I mean, GTS, go to sleep. It's a fun finisher fantasy match. Look, the Canadians just want wrestling, so it's another market where they're gonna come, right? But
yeah,
look at the Vegas show for Double or Nothing. Even the Vegas show had issues where that place was. I mean, that pay-per-view. Personally, I thought they had some good things, a lot of bad things, and I thought the pay-per-view it was just one of their worst pay-per-views that they've ever had, I thought.
I mean, I enjoyed the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. That was a solid match. I enjoyed the Adam Cole Jericho match, which I totally disagree with that match being the first match.
Okay. See, I did not like that match at all.
I liked it. I'm a huge Adam Cole guy. So I mean, so to me that was a good match, but I don't think that match needed to be first. Okay.
I thought it just went a little too long. I think it had like almost 30 minutes on that match, and for me, that just in that style of match was a little too long. Personally,
the one thing that bothered me about that is when they were the whole build up to it, because it was a unsanctioned match, but yet why did you have a contract signing for an unsanctioned match? I mean, come on. I mean, we're not idiots. We pay attention to these things. So it's like, come on, Tony.
When your key demo is 18 to 45, yeah, you got to be a little bit more believable, right? I mean, yeah. You got to be a little more consistent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so anyway, look, again, as we talk about CM Punk going into the United Center, it looks like 8,000 tickets currently have sold. They have a 10,000 seat setup. They're going to probably end up most likely selling out that place on a Saturday night. I'm sure they can sell 2,000 more tickets by. When is this? I don't even.
It's next Saturday. It's next Saturday.
Geez, next Saturday already. Yeah, June 17th. So, look, I'm intrigued. I think it's interesting. I'm not totally gung ho about the three-way. Again, like you said, I'm not a Bullet Club Gold guy. I don't see how Samoa Joe fits in there, but
agreed. But you know what? The reason they're doing that, it's a way to work Punk back in, because again, he hasn't been in a ring in almost 8-9 months. So, putting him in a tag match is kind of protecting him a little bit. That way he doesn't have to carry the whole match.
Of course.
So, they got to protect him a little bit, and let him work his way back in.
Yeah, get him into ring shape and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he'll be protected by everybody in there too. Look, I'm not as big of not fans I am of Jay White and Juice Robinson. They can still work in the ring.
I like Jay White. I just don't like what they're doing with him. I don't like the way they introduced him. We don't need Bullet Club. Bullet Club is New Japan. Come up with something different, come up with something fresh. You didn't have to throw the guy right into a faction. Jay White should be a guy who gets a singles push.
Yes. And not against Ricky Starks. I mean, that whole thing is just oddly done. Yeah. And don't you feel as though, so like FTR and Ricky Starks were like the threesome, and then like now that CM Punk is at and like Ricky's thrown to the side, it seems it's just odd. Everything is odd, and I don't understand it.
Again, it has to do with the lack of storytelling. And again, not to knock the guy, but you've got a guy who's a fanboy running the company, and he's putting together what he feels he wants to see. And I think that's what separates a guy like Vince McMahon from Tony Khan. You have a guy Vince McMahon, who's laser focused on business and putting out quality stuff, where you have a guy like Tony, again, who's just a fanboy, and he's just throwing matches together that he wants to see and that he thinks maybe the fans want to see.
Exactly. No, and I agree with that. That's exactly what's going on. It's a situation where
lost you. I can't hear you.
Oh no, really? Uh-oh. What the hell just happened now? Uh-oh. Did my freaking mic go out again? I hope not. Again. It's locked. Can't even touch this thing. It's locked. Interesting. What is going on? Hello? Shoot. Hello. It's working. This is weird.
Yeah, now I hear you.
Oh, you hear me again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. That's odd. I have no idea. Yeah. Guys, technical difficulties. I apologize. Everything looks good. Yeah. Anyway, it was funny because I was going on my phone to actually share the stream on Instagram. But anyway, so
What kind of show are you running here, pal?
I don't know. I don't do anything. This dang thing, it just works, and then sometimes it doesn't. I didn't even press anything. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what the heck to do. I think it happened the last time too.
Yeah.
I don't know, Seth. I'm technology savvy to a certain degree. But I guess maybe that's the problem. Maybe I got to get better at it. But yeah, as you were saying, yeah, it's interesting. You know, you like you said, it's like a fantasy Booker situation almost. You know, I think you're right. I think he has to start. You know, it's so funny. What I loved about WWE and what I still love about them to a certain extent, like you said, they're bringing fans back in. You want to have a fans a part of your show, but you also have to separate from fans. And I think WWE does that well sometimes, and then they do it terribly sometimes. A great example of doing it terribly is the Daniel Bryan situation, right? I thought that when they didn't want to push him and the fans were really going for him, you know, in New Orleans, I forgot what was it, WrestleMania?
Oh, it was WrestleMania 30.
30, yeah.
That's where he beat he fought Triple H to get to in the match between Randy and Batista.
Yeah, and that was a great example of a time where they just weren't listening to the fans and what they wanted to say, and they wanted to go with their program, Batista and all this jazz, right? And it just didn't work for them, right?
Yeah.
Now, look at the Roman situation. I thought it was great not putting the Cody, the belt on Cody.
So now that we're what May, June. All right, so we're like 2 months. We're like 2 months removed from almost 3 months removed from WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, a lot of people, including myself, thought that not giving Cody the win at Mania was a bullshit move. Okay, but now taking a step back, seeing where things have progressed, especially with creating that secondary belt now, the only way I see this going shit is if they don't have Cody beat Roman for the belt at Mania, because that's what they're really trying to build up to. What they want to do is that the whole thing was to get Roman to 1,000 days, right? So now they want to keep going with that. You know, people have bought into that. I think the next guy up now is Hogan, and I think Hogan's got like 1,400 days and change, I think. So, you know, who knows how long they're going to let Roman hold on to it, but in the meantime, you're building that Cody Rhodes hard times, thing. Like, he has to go through all the trials and tribulations. And it's funny because I saw a reel on Instagram the other day where they took what happened to John Cena, where it was him versus The Rock, and he lost to The Rock at WrestleMania. Okay. And then that whole year was just a buildup for him to get back to fight The Rock again. And then it was for the belt, and then it wound up being for the belt. But if you look at what they were doing side by side, so Cody lost to Roman, John Cena lost to The Rock. Then immediately after that, John Cena got thrown into a program with Brock Lesnar. Now look at Cody. Cody gets thrown into a program with Brock Lesnar. It's like they're almost kind of duplicating that story a little bit. Yes. So that's what that kind of side-by-side comparison was, which I thought was interesting, because I totally didn't even think about that. But then once I started watching that, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. And I mean, I think that's where it would have to lead to. So to further your sentiment, yeah. So we have Pedro at 1,027. He's past him right now, right? Well, no, he's got a couple more days for Pedro. So then he'll be Pedro. Yeah. So he'll take over number 5, and then Bruno's second reign was 1237. I think you got to I think you got to get him past that. Which will he?
We'll put him in,
technically, yeah. For Mania, will he get there?
I don't. Well, there's 365 days in a year.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get there, maybe. But who knows? And then Hogan is 1474. So look, if they go for Bruno's second reign, he's going to win a Mania again, and then he'll drop it at SummerSlam, I'm assuming.
Well, and that's and that's when Hogan, and that's when SummerSlam 2024 is where he would overtake Hogan on the days as champion.
So then you would have to give it to.
So then the only thing you would do at that point is have to have Cody fight Seth at Mania, so at least Cody gets a belt and then he gets a win at Mania. But then again, that's not the belt Cody should win, and that's not the story that Cody should be going. Cody should be working on trying to fight his way back to get to Roman.
I know it's going to be very interesting because you know what I think is going to happen, and I just have this, because they're drawing out the actual bloodline storyline so much, and they're placing Cody in these different areas. I really think they're going to go Rock Roman at WrestleMania. I think they're really setting it up.
Well, yeah, it'll be ahead of the table. It's got the head of a table match.
You have to have that story, and I don't think you can have it at SummerSlam. So yeah, it would have to be ahead of a table, and then I don't know what you do.
So here's some stuff that could possibly happen to really up the ante for the Rock versus Roman, right? So the Usos have clearly separated from the bloodline. Or at least so we think, as of right.
So we
now.
think, yes.
Yeah, as of right now. Okay, so it's about that whole promo that was cut last week was about, yo, you need to respect us. We need to do this together as a family. Blah blah blah, all that other stuff, right? So now there's other family members that are out there, kind of lurking. So you've got a guy like Jacob Fatu, right, that he could find his way into WWE and get himself incorporated in this, to where he lines himself with Solo and Roman. That way, when The Rock comes back, The Rock can go with the Usos. And then you've got kind of like a 3-on-3 even battle thing going on, where you can have, say, at Mania, it could compel to where you've got the Usos against Solo and Jacob Fatu for the belts, and then you've got your Rock versus Roman. Yeah.
I mean, look, you could even press it to the fact you can bring Ava up. You know, she's getting some big time in NXT right now, you know, working with Schism. I think she's very green, and I couldn't see her going up prior to like Survivor
She's got a lot
Series.
of work. She's got a lot of work to do before she even gets there. I mean, she's got to be in NXT for a while. She's got to have some like real banger matches. I mean, maybe even put the NXT women's strap on her, maybe get like a little bit of a singles run going.
I don't know. You may not even have to do that to her. I mean, I think you could just like say, let's just say Survivor Series comes around and she at least has some in-ring work, and she has some, you know, she's getting the mic experience now. Couple months, I mean, she could just throw her into the picture and see how it works out. I mean, you could even bring back Nia Jax, right? I know it's something they've done in the past. And like you said, if you're having those two factions, right, you have Nia on one, you have Ava on the other or something, you know, it's, you know, you can involve the woman to extend this into just to milk it a little longer. And it, look, like you said, Jacob Fatu, everything. And it'll be very interesting to see what happens overall. But as I was saying, it's kind of a situation where so when you use sort of when you look at, I don't know, I was like talking about like the analogy of like giving the fans what they want versus not giving the fans what they want. And it seems like AEW doesn't have a good pulse. They try to cater maybe a little too much to the fan, instead of like, okay, we have a written storyline, we want to get to here, and then now how do we backfill it? And let's stick with it and screw the fans. You know what I'm saying?
So
not
like
screw them, but like, you know, just be like, look, we have our thing, what we want to do, and we can veer, right? We can veer and stuff.
I like what they did on Dynamite Wednesday night. Okay, I like that we're getting Adam Cole versus MJF. I think that's going to be a fantastic feud. Now the problem is that they don't know. You know, that's the thing. Like, they don't know really how to build on that. You know, the first initial thing right now, the promos that those guys cut on each other Wednesday night were great.
Yeah,
you know. It was great. You know, freaking MJF went into his back pocket and pulled out a promo that Adam Cole did in NXT against Karrion Kross.
Yep.
You know, and then Adam Cole comes back and hits him with the whole thing about, oh, I'm all natural, but if you piss in a cup, maybe you're on the juice,
Yep.
But the thing is like there needs to be more of a buildup than them two just having a quick promo against each other. And then, oh, I'm going to go to the back and we're getting a match signed. And then at the next pay-per-view, there's, that's it. And then after that, that's the end of the story. There needs to be more. There needs to be continuation.
So it's at this point, yeah, like you said, it's just drawing, right? They're just blah 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 blah. And like you said, it's good. I'm not saying like when you have MJF and he's talking about how not tan he is and how he doesn't look like a champion and how Vince this and I don't like also like they got to stop MJF from talking about Vince and WWE. I mean, I just don't like that dynamic. Like I understand it's his thing, but like separate it. Like stop talking about it. I hate when other promotions talk about other promotions.
The problem is that listen, if it was AEW and it was all homegrown guys and not people that got cut from other promotions, it would be a different story in the way they cut promos. But unfortunately, that's not the case. You've got two rival companies trying to vie for the top spot. Now, I know I know WWE has the top spot, and AEW is just kind of trickling along at the moment. But eventually, it's going to happen. Something's going to happen, and AEW will eventually wind up getting to that level. But they're not going to get to that level, if you keep recycling the same shit.
Exactly.
Like again, you keep mentioning, like you said, yeah, they keep mentioning WWE stuff. I don't have a problem personally with them mentioning the WWE stuff. I think it adds that shock and awe, and it tries to get the oohs and ahs from the crowd, because again, these guys, they feed off the crowd. That's how they work. So they're gonna go for the low blow, for the verbal low blow to get that reaction. And again, if it involves them having to mention Vince or Triple H or whoever, then oh, I'm sorry, for the cheap pop, then yeah, that's what they're gonna, that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, but Seth, look at it this way. We just talked about a top heel in all of wrestling, Dominic Mysterio. He doesn't mention anything about AEW ever.
He doesn't have to. All Dominic has to do is just stand there because people fucking hate him.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So have people hate you just for who you are and your actions, and you don't need to spew this nonsense, and you get the same reaction or even better. That's what I don't get about it. Now, obviously Don Callis is doing that. He's not going spewing things about WWE, and you could see he's getting the heat and doing the right things and cutting the awesome promos and stuff. That's just what I don't understand about MJF. I just don't understand why he needs to go that far. I don't think he has to. I just don't think he has to, regardless of shock and awe and whatever, and you know what? I want to say this because it's how I feel right now. I just don't think he's got championship material written. I don't like it. And I know I'm not supposed to, right? But when I look at him in that ring right now, he's a great performer. I'm not saying he isn't a great performer, but he looks like a kid. He looks like a baby, and a lot of them do. And I think that's one of the issues that I do have with AEW in general. I think these guys they all look like kids, whether it's Wheeler Yuta or Jungle Boy or Hook. I mean, God, when Hook was out there the other night, he almost killed 3 people in his match trying to suplex them because he's so tiny. You there? Oh no. I think Seth has a technical difficulty again. Oh, there you are. Can you hear me?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's on my end, dude.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit. So I was just saying how, like, I've just not been a big fan of MJF, to be honest with you. I think this run has been a little lackluster. I think it's good. He's a great performer, and I know I'm not supposed to like him, and he's a great performer. But I don't know if he, like I said, he's the guy for the company, man.
So I gotta disagree with you just a smidgen.
Okay.
Only because I don't. The problem is that MJF is so good on the mic, and he's good in the ring.
He is.
But the problem is that Wyatt falls flat sometimes with him is because he has no other equal on the mic.
Okay, I could see that.
That's the thing. That's why when that whole feud between him and CM Punk was great,
It was a
because
great feud. Yeah.
you had two guys equals on the mic. The promos back and forth between them were ingenious. Okay. But then you get a 4 pillars match. You get a guy like Jungle Boy, who is horrible on the mic.
Oh, terrible.
Okay. Sammy still has a little work to do, but he's getting there. And Darby really doesn't talk that much because Sting kind of has done all the talking for him. But now, as of late, since Sting kind of went away and Darby's been kind of solo, Darby's been a little bit more vocal, and he's been pretty good. So, I mean, again, when you don't have someone who's equal to you on the mic, it just sometimes it's just not there. And I think that's where it is. MJF doesn't have anybody equal to him. So I think Adam Cole is kind of on that level, I think. So I think what we might see between Adam Cole and MJF might be, almost, I wouldn't say CM Punk MJF-esque, but it'll be up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. And maybe it's like you said, maybe it's just the recycling. Maybe it's because there hasn't been a really good storyline with MJF. I mean, there hasn't been that invested one like like you said, that dog collar match. And we'll talk a little bit about figures, because I know that Seth just got his shipping confirmation for his AEW exclusive MJF CM Punk dog collar match. I was there for that event too, a Revolution, which is 2022. Oh, so awesome. Such a great. I have to get that. I just haven't pre-ordered it. And we'll talk a little bit about stuff. I got my defining moments in from ringside today as well, so I could show them off. I have not opened them. So I've just opened the box and not taken anything out. So they look cool. But anyway, getting back to talk about MJF again. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is that. Maybe, again, I was saying that a lot of these people are younger too. So when I look, again, we look at the suspension of disbelief, the believability factor and stuff. It's just some of these matches, like I was talking about Hook in his tornado match with Jungle Boy, Jungle Hook last week on Dynamite, or this week on Dynamite. Sorry. He almost killed Preston Vance and Jalisco like twice, Hook, by doing these like T-bones. And maybe it's because he's small. I don't know. He just looks small. He's a kid. He's like 20 years old, I don't know.
He's so Hook has the look. Hook clearly has the wrestling ability because of his dad.
Yes.
But like the whole, like, I'm kind of mute, but I talk when I want to is kind of like, like lame, like the guy should really be, the guy really should be more vocal and working on his mic skills, because clearly his wrestling and his mannerisms and his look are good. You need, again, these guys need mic time, not time in the ring.
Yeah, I think you're right about it. And well, I just think they're a little small too. That's my only take. Is just they're a little small. Like, for example, I mean, Adam Cole. I mean, MJF made some really great points. I mean, he is a small dude. I mean, like he is like, and now when you see Adam Cole and MJF together, they are both small guys. I mean, they're probably as big as friggin' Britt Baker. But that's why, think of it. Adam Cole and Drew McIntyre, Adam Cole and Sheamus, Adam Cole and Roman Reigns, Adam Cole. I mean, come on, that's just not going to happen. It's going to be laughable. And you could do a David and Goliath storyline, but there has to be, again, some credibility. And I just don't see it, like that's why these aren't WWE guys, but I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. Again, I didn't think Dynamite was terrible, but it was, again, just one of these shows where, you had the Blackpool Comic Club, and stuff like that. That storyline progressed. I didn't really like the Jay White stuff again and Ricky Starks. I don't know what's going to happen with MJF and Adam Cole, because you would only assume that Adam Cole is going to lose another title match. I mean, that's terrible for Adam Cole.
First of all, the Adam Cole should not lose to MJF. They should take it off of MJF and let Adam Cole try to get a legit run going. Because again, I look at it right now as Adam Cole is the top face in the company.
Other than CM Punk, yes.
Other than CM Punk. Well, CM Punk I never really looked at as a face. CM Punk always is that gray Yeah, you know.
because he's not really even a tweener. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because he's not like a traditional heel, but there are people that like him and there are people that hate him. So yeah, I get what you're saying. I agree. I think it's time. If you're gonna put Cole in this situation, you gotta have him win. It can't be Revolution 2020 Adam versus Adam again, right? You can't do that to him.
No, no.
But if they do it to him, I mean, what the hell happens with Adam Cole then?
You know, does see? So here's my problem with all this. Okay, um, I think that I think they're throwing in Adam Cole too early to MJF. I feel that there was more with Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society, and I think that would have been a way to where you get them Roderick Strong, you get what is it, Kyle O'Reilly to come back, and then you get Bobby Fish, and then you bring back Bobby Fish, and then that way you have the Undisputed Elite, you know, and then they need maybe one more guy, so that way it's a 5-on-5 with the Jericho Appreciation Society, and you keep that story going for a little bit. You know, but the reason why they probably ended the whole Jericho thing early is because I think Jericho is going to be feuding with it's going to be Punk's first feud on Collision.
Yeah, I heard it's Samoa Joe and then Jericho, I believe. Yeah, so I mean, so Samoa may be like just interwoven into that a little bit, but yes, yeah, I agree.
So I mean, but they should have built on that a little bit more, and then from there, you know, when Cole's at his highest, then you could throw him at MJF. You know, because I think they still had more after that 4 Pillars match. I think Darby should have had a singles run against MJF and not you know and not go into Adam Cole, because again, Darby and MJF have already fought, and I think MJF has beaten Darby twice now.
Yes,
because he also got the pin at Darby too at Double or Nothing. So, you know, so yeah, so I think there was a story to build on that, and again, they didn't. They just were like, okay, Adam Cole's next guy up, throw him in, let's go.
Yep. And
Adam Cole and MJF will get us to the next pay-per-view, and then after that, we'll figure out what we're doing after that. Like, they shouldn't be focusing on what's going to get us to the payper-view. You got to focus on the long-term storytelling, not the short-term stuff. There's no payoff with the short-term stuff.
Exactly. And it seems like they are focused on getting to the next pay-per-view, and then they drop it, and then they move on, and they reset. And I agree. You can have things go through multiple pay-per-views.
Yeah, I mean, look how many pay-per-views we've had the Bloodline whole thing go through already.
And it's amazing.
I mean, come on.
This is Wrestling 101. I mean, Macho Hogan. I mean, you could go on and on, you know, I mean, examples throughout the history of professional wrestling. But yeah, well, we'll see where it all ends up. I'm excited for tonight. About an hour or so, we're going to have another SmackDown. And then again, next week, we'll have Collision. So that'll be fun. I do want to move on from the professional wrestling. I mean, we love collectibles. So we got to talk a little bit about some collectibles here. And the first thing I'm going to pull up here is something that we were very passionate about. I think the whole community was passionate about. You can only guess what this was, but the knockback, the knockback. It's been a while, and I know people probably don't want us to bring it up again, but we haven't talked about it. It's not backed. I mean, that's it.
So you got to ask yourself now, one, what does this mean? What does this mean moving forward? And two, what does it do for future projects? Because I think after this, if this was successful, I think they were setting us up for the Titantron.
For the Titantron, yeah. So look, it's very, I think, difficult and tricky when you get into wrestling and back crowdfunding. You know, I because there's really what can you do? I mean, it's not like you can have your place that's like a Nitro Arena, a Raw Arena, and stuff like that. The new generation. Again, we both agreed on our last live stream that probably shouldn't have had the new generation first. It probably should have been one of the big boys like the WCW or the Nitro, the Titantron. I mean, obviously, like, why wouldn't you start with that? I mean, that's like everybody loves the Attitude Era, but they decided against it. They finally backed this new generation, you got the ring, you got your first Ultimate Edition ring. Then they followed up with the stage, which was beautiful. But again, we just thought the execution was just fell flat. I mean,
Well,
the
yeah, because you don't have
price.
a ring. You don't have a ring to go with it. So what's the point of a stage?
And how many times am I going to buy a new ring? I'm sorry, I can't fit 3 fucking rings in my house. I can barely fit
Dude,
one.
I have 3 right across the top of my wall my wall unit. What am I going to do if they wind up releasing that ringside exclusive with Eric Bischoff? I don't need the ring. I just want the Eric Bischoff.
I know. Or I just want the swappable posts, turnbuckles, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it should. That's what they should do, because they should. Well, first of all, it's kind of hard to do with the new gen ring, but with the Attitude Era ring, the poles are black. So all you have to do is just swap out, like you said, swap out the ring skirts and the turnbuckles, and you're golden.
Okay, look, you can give us new posts. So I have it right next to me. The posts are blue, so just give us posts. They already have the molds made. They're making new rings with these damn posts.
Yeah.
Give me new posts. Give me new turnbuckles. Give me new ropes. Give me new stairs. Different color.
And they need a canvas if you want to put if you want to put the Nitro logo on the canvas.
Exactly. And then ring aprons. And I'm telling you, that's probably going to cost you less money than, just give me a whole nother ring again.
And that's what they should have done with this. They should have nixed the Hogan and the Warrior, keep the Ray, the DDP, and the Scott Steiner, give us the stage, and then the ring aprons and the turnbuckles and everything else, minus the ring. And at that point, for $400, yeah, then I'm okay. Then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could look. So when we we were talking off camera about this. Look at the G.I. Joe HasLab. I mean, the value you're getting in
it got back within less than 24 hours.
A monster vehicle. Vehicle.
And I think they've already hit almost all the tiers.
Oh, they have? I didn't even see that. Let's look.
I think they've hit almost all the tiers.
I'm intrigued because I'm a G.I. Joe fan, so this stuff really.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
So let me see. I'm going to go here real quick. Active projects.
Look 12, at that, 12,000 already.
12,000. But look, I mean, you get so much here for $275 with free shipping if you're already a subscriber.
Pulse member.
Yeah. I'm a Pulse member. I don't know about you.
No, I'm not.
I do it because of this stuff. $274. I save on shipping, so it's $275 clean plus tax. Probably get you at $300. You get all these accessories. You get the beautiful stand. You get the figure included. LED light up lighting. I mean, this stuff is and this is next generation. This is all new molds, everything. I mean, this is a work of art here. This is incredible. And like you said, you're almost at, I guess there's a Night Force. Yeah. Night Force here. Ripcord. And then the 2 others classified. You get 2 other figures with this. Unlocks at 13,000, and then the 16 and 19. So you're at 12,000 plus. I mean, hey, you there? Oh, your sound went out again.
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
No, they're going to get there, no problem.
Absolutely. No problem. Yeah, and then you look at it compared to this. I mean,
you've got 38 days left, and again, it's almost at 13,000 within. Well, not even. It's just a little over 12,000, I guess. Within 2 days or one day. I mean, it's fucking nuts, man.
Nuts. And it's because of value, price. It's because of what you're receiving.
Well, and if you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of it, man, I believe that G.I. Joe has a bigger following than wrestling does.
I agree with that, which is why they did 10,000. But come on, Seth, you couldn't get to 5,000.
Yeah.
That's half the amount.
Yeah. I mean,
so then it's not the people, because what the new gen did 10,000, right?
No, the new gen did more than that, I think.
Okay, so there you go.
Because they had to meet the tiers, because we got all the stuff.
We got all the stuff, yeah. So I don't wonder if they even have it in here.
I mean, it should. It should.
Well, see, that's funny. They have a Raw.
They've got the ring. Yeah.
Yeah. not even selling 140.
See, but
bucks.
it's funny though. It says Creations exclusive, but it wasn't because Ringside has it on for sale too.
Yeah. So it's a Ringside Creations exclusive, which is weird. $140 for the ring, dude.
And Kane.
And Kane. So Kane is about what? $20.
No, Kane, what? Retail, if Kane was buying
30,
himself retail,
32,
33, 30,
33.
33. So you're spending basically like $110 on the ring.
Crazy. And it's not sold out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like this was ass backwards, and they could have had a better program. They could have had this funded, in my opinion, if they just executed it a little differently.
But the other side of the coin too is maybe there's just not enough people out there that really like WCW.
Well, that's another thing too. Yeah, right. You got to bring in all the people that are true WWE fans, right?
You know, you're gonna, yeah. I mean, the WCW, a lot of people just, are not WCW fans.
Yeah.
And that's that's it. I mean, listen, not that I wasn't a fan of WCW, but I watched Monday Night Raw more than I did WCW.
Yeah,
even when WCW was beating Raw in the ratings, I was still watching WWE.
Yeah.
Because I was a huge Stone Cold guy.
I was watching both. I mean, I actually turned over to Nitro pretty quickly when they were beating them, and like Stone Cold was just coming into the fold.
Yeah.
But so there you go. But I didn't back this. Why didn't I back it? Because of the price, because of the things, like I love the nostalgia factor of it. Don't get me wrong. And I was a WCW guy, but at the same time, it's just like you said. So now you have a smaller audience than G.I. Joe, and then you're basically cutting that in half, maybe even more by making it WCW centric. But they like to do this. They did that. I mean, they did the New Gen. I mean, New Gen is like probably one of the worst eras of professional wrestling, right? I mean,
but you know what though? People were hard up for that Diesel and Doink because they were the Diesel and Doink are obscure characters. They're not figures that are made every day. So when people see that, they get excited because it's not the norm. It's not your Rock or your John Cena or your Stone Cold or your Triple H, all the figures that always get put out all the time.
Yeah.
You got something different. And I think that's what the lore of that was.
I agree. And then you have the ring, which is basically a golden era ring. So you could,
and the entrance.
And the entrance. Yeah. I mean, it's more New Gen, but yes, it harkens back to that. So
and then you also got for the early backers, they also threw in that Macho Man with the announce table. So you got for that $250, man, you got a lot of value in that set.
You did. There was a lot of value.
Here it's just the stage and the figures. There's no added value there because here's the stupid thing about this. Those figures, whether the thing got backed or not, those figures are eventually going to come out.
Yes.
So
maybe not the Hogan and Warrior. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. But definitely.
The Ray and the DDP and the Scott Steiner, those will definitely come out on their own. But that's the thing though. People are going to be like, well, they're eventually going to come out anyway. So why am I going to pay $400 just to get them ahead of schedule?
Yeah, and it's funny if I remember Steve even said this in a ringside interview or something. I think it was at WrestleMania Access when they were talking about all of this, right? And they introduced it. He even said, he's like, we have a long-term agreement with Walmart to produce Monday Night War, a Monday Night Wars line, and it's going to be there for a long time. So right there, he's letting you know these figures, like you said, he kind of kicked himself a little bit by even saying that, right? So that it puts already in your mind, like you said, well, hey.
Well, their first issue right there was partnering with Walmart.
Oh,
so that's
terrible.
That right there, they were dead in the water. If they would have done that with Target, I would have been okay. I would have been okay with that. Or if they even did it with just straight Ringside, and you can only get them through Ringside, I would have been okay with that. But Walmart, you can't give shit to Walmart.
No. Well, you know why they do that? Because they love the PO, they love the net 30, and they get it right in the bank account, net 30, before even
Yeah.
Walmart has anything from the factory. So,
Yeah.
and
No,
it's
you're
paying,
right. You're right.
and
No, you're right.
it's paying everybody's bills. That's the God honest truth. All right.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Ringside, Ringside, as I put up here, has a ton of new figures in stock, and I just received the defining moment. So let's do an unveil real quick.
Nice. So I'm going to tell you straight up, Will, that was an easy pass for me.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
You know,
I could see why it would be.
It's because,
it's elite.
it's not even elite. I only like the ultimates, so it's like, I'm sure we've already got a Cody ultimate. We're waiting on the Cody ultimate. We've already got two Brett ultimates. We've got two Shawn Michaels ultimates. And then, and then eventually I'm sure we're going to get if they're smart enough from a marketing perspective, you do the Three Faces of Foley, Ultimate Edition 3-pack where you get Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love.
That would be sick. That would be sick look. So big time Defining Moments collector. I love the packaging. This is something that just earlier in the line, 2010 to 2015, I just absolutely love the stuff. So for me, it's just a nostalgia thing. Now, do I think these figures are great in this? No. I mean, I don't like the Hart. I don't even like the Michaels. I love the Mankind and the Cody. I think they're really cool.
Oh, the only one I would want out of that is the Cody, because it's got the torn pec.
It's got the torn pec, which is really cool. Nice box though. Love the shipper. Even has the little ringside exclusive when you before you open it up. These look small. So they like the boxes. When I actually got the box, I was like, oh my God, they really reduced the packaging. And I have the first gen Defining Moments with me here, the second gen Defining Moments, and these. So let's pull out just one that, whatever's on the end here, I'll pull out. Do you like the and then they do have the names of all the wrestlers on the top.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you get that. I think, well, they're not in order, but all right. So the Bret Hart's the first one. This is Piper and Hart. So let's see. These are very small, the boxes, compared to the traditional figures. Interesting. Very small. They reduced the packaging size immensely. But it looks cool. I'm just looking at it first because this is the first time I actually opening these. This is the Piper, again, WrestleMania 8 match for the IC belt. I mean, Bret looks like every other Bret released, and the jacket doesn't do anything for me. I may even sell this figure, to be honest with you.
Which one? The Bret?
The Bret, yeah.
Yeah. See, and again, that's one figure they still have yet to nail the portrait on.
Yep. I think it's better. It's better than it was or it has been.
Even the ultimate edition ones, I still feel like they have an issue nailing his portrait, man. Because they give him that slick back head, and it looks like he's got the Peyton Manning 5 head. So it's like
it does. So look at the box difference.
Oh, what a night and day,
dude! So this is the size of the original.
Well, you also got to keep in mind too. I mean, look at all the plastic that's being used in the original compared to the newer one, because they've reduced the the intake on the plastic. So I mean,
yeah. So it's definitely slimmed down. You don't have it's not as big. You don't have the clear plastic back like the original Defining Moments had. Some of the new ones had it as well. So this is a comparison to the second gen. So again, even more slimmed down than the second gen. I forgot to put my other light on today. That's why I'm getting so much glare.
Looks like the fourth gen is going to be like even more. Even they're going to make it even more. Oh my
God, there's going to be well, that's what they're going to... Hold on one second.
They're going to make it like the Indiana Jones Adventure Series boxes. That's how small they're going to be.
Damn, I forgot to put my other... Talk about terrible production. But yeah, so they're going to be smaller, and they'll probably have no plastic like Hasbro at one point. But it's still... I mean, they still look good. I mean, I think, again, it's good to not waste plastic and paper. And the figure fits in here good. It's cool. I don't know. I don't know if I like the ringside thing being right there, but it's cool. I mean,
yeah,
that's the Bret. Let me see.
The Shawn is just, to me, it's like, meh.
The Shawn has such a big head. It's so ridiculous, bro. Look at this figure. Look at how big his head is compared to his body.
Yeah, that is a big head.
It's like, hold on. I want to get, there we go.
What
Look at
WrestleMania?
that
What
frickin'.
WrestleMania was that modeled after?
So this was Royal Rumble 1997.
Royal Rumble.
No, this is actually so wait, this is Royal Rumble in front of this home crowd at Alamo Dome. Yeah. One of two things, Ren Psycho Sid at WWE Championship. So this is the Alamo Dome.
So that's when he won that was the year he went on to fight Brett for the belt.
Talk about big heads. Holy shit.
Yeah, that thing is huge.
It's laughable. Like, I'm looking at it right now with the freaking cowboy hat on. It's funny. Now, I can say that the soft goods is pretty fun. It's kind of like has a glossier kind of finish on it, and they did a really good job with it. But it's just his head is so oversized. It's almost reminds me of like those Jax figures that they used to have back in the day. I forgot what they were called. They had like the oversized heads.
Oh, the Maximum
Sweat or something. Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
We'll leave the Cody at the last. I think the Cody looks great.
The only reason why I would even be enticed to buy the Mankind is because they gave him the portrait with the tooth coming through his lip.
Yes, I love. Well, it's actually I think it's thumbtack in the nose.
Oh, really? No. It's not the tooth.
Yeah.
No, I think it was the tooth through the lip.
I don't know. It doesn't look like that here. It definitely looks like he's got some sort of like painted on here. I'll try to get it into the camera. I'll have photos of this stuff.
Oh no, that looks like the tooth through the lip, not a thumbtack.
Oh, okay.
If it was a thumbtack, then they screwed the whole thing up because he never had a thumbtack on his face. It was the tooth coming through his mouth.
Oh, it was the tooth coming. Okay, so I thought it was a thumbtack. Okay, so yeah, they did that. They got that. Again, but on this one, it's cool that they did the thumbtacks on the back. But if I'm a mid-on car collector, I can't see any of that now. But if you did it in the older style, boom, you could see it. So it's like, okay, great. I have a figure here that looks great.
Yeah. And the only way to really enjoy it is to take it out of the box.
I can't though.
No, but I'm just saying, if you want to see the figure in its entirety, you got to take it out of the box.
I don't want to in these though. See, it sucks. It's like I said, I mean, like, I love these boxes. That's why you brought back defining moments for the box.
Yeah.
You brought it back for the box for me.
So maybe they should just take away the word defining and just have it be WWE moments.
WWE, exactly. Who the hell knows? I don't know. This is it. So Cody looks good. I mean, again, it's the elite style figure. I do like the torn pack. Yeah, it looks good. I don't like the neck tattoo, the way they're doing it, where if you move the head, like, I don't like that.
So that's kind of like the issue that I ran into with the Andre the Giant Ultimate because of the singlet. It's painted, the singlet's painted on right where the torso kind of separates, so it doesn't stay lined on it.
Up, you popped out. Yes. And again, for reference, guys, you just have the size there. That's again second gen and new.
Yeah.
But where you were saying the Andre the Giant with the strap.
Yeah, they gotta find with the singlet. They gotta find a way to where they can get it all to line up right, you know. But again, his tattoo's in a weird spot.
It is. I know.
You know?
Well, what do you think? Do you like the AEW figure or this figure better? This is my first look at a Mattel Cody figure.
So here you go. So I'm probably gonna get chastised for this right about now. Okay, I have both versions of the Walmart Supreme Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in the box. I still haven't had the chance yet to take them out of the box.
Okay.
So as far as what Cody's better, I can't tell you. I haven't taken him out of the box yet. I'm actually waiting for the WWE Ultimate Cody to come in. That way I can do like a really good comparison video, you know?
Yeah, because I've seen some of the comparison videos, and I don't know. I am torn up between them. I like in person looking at this figure right now. Again, this is my first time looking at a Mattel Cody figure. I think the head scan is a lot better than the than the
So
AEW one.
so first of all, don't even get me started on the WWE Ultimate Cody, because I'm kind of pissed off about that.
Yeah, why do we have this one before that one?
No, not even that.
Or the jacket?
Why do people even have it?
Oh yes, those the oh.
Why do people even had it? It was a special pre-order, and that was the only way to get it. And if you're already giving it to people, why am I still waiting on it? Everybody ordered it at the same time. Why am I still waiting on mine?
I know, same here. I have two, I think.
So that shit frustrates me to no end. There's no reason why everybody can't get it at the same time. You know, it was a special pre-order.
Well, there are special people.
I don't give a shit about those people. I don't give a shit about. Listen, I don't give a shit about being first on YouTube or being the first one up with it, or listen, people watch other people's videos because of the personalities, not because of the product. Because there's thousands upon thousands of people out there who do nothing but put out figure reviews. Okay, people watch for the personality. That's the thing. So it shouldn't make a difference whether everybody gets it at the same time or not.
I agree 100%. I don't think it's going to sell, especially in a product like that had it was a finite window.
It was a pre-order on Mattel's website.
You're not selling anything.
That was the only way to get it.
Yeah, you're not selling anything anymore, so you don't have to pump out product for promotional purposes.
And it was a timed pre-order. It went up for X amount of days, and then it went down, and that was it.
That was it. I don't know, Seth. Look, again, marketing, these companies, they want to have friends, they want to have relationships. I get it. I always
but you're pissing off your customers who are waiting months for this shit.
I know. Well, look at it this way too. So you have the Ultimate Edition pre-order, which is now going on a year, right? I mean, it'll be a year SDCC, I think.
For the Cody, I think so. Yeah, because Logan Paul's Ultimate, I think, was around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so it was SDCC last year, San Diego Comic-Con. Cody came up. We still don't have it in hand. Since that point in time, we've already got an Elite Cody that was released to the masses.
You got a basic Cody.
Got a basic, should be hitting stores soon as well. And now we have this ringside exclusive Torn Pet Cody, and we still don't have our freaking Ultimate Edition Cody. And people have them like Cody Rose and other YouTubers and stuff like that. Amazing, right? And I put my hard-earned money. It's not like the damn thing I had to pay for ahead of time. It's not like it pays when it ships, like most of the others.
Yeah, you got to pay for it up front.
It's crazy. Well, I don't know. Look, I mean, it doesn't look that I don't like the soft goods on it. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep it in the box. I'll probably end up selling it eventually. We'll see. Maybe they'll do a better execution. I do like, so for example, I do like the head scan on this Cody, just looking at it in hand versus the head scan on the AEW, but I do like the AEW mold a little better than what they have here. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm intrigued by it.
Well, when I get the figure in 2024, I'll do a review on it.
Yeah. I'll share his review in 2024. We'll be good to go.
Yeah, when we get him in 2024, when we're the last ones to get him, by then I can give you guys my opinion.
Yes, exactly. And that's what it all is. It's all opinion based here. What else are you like? I mean, obviously the Blood and Guts is shipping.
I got my Blood and Guts shipping. I've already pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the Usos Ultimate 2-pack. I got the Randy and the Macho Man on pre-order, those Ultimates. Which again, why do I need another Macho Man?
What Ultimate Randy Savage? Holy shit!
The Wave 18 of Ultimates. It's Macho and Randy Orton.
My God, I didn't even. Seth, I'm bad. I didn't even know that. We're at 7. We're at
We're,
17.
yeah, Seth and Andre the Giant were 17. Randy Orton and Macho Man are 18.
Holy shit! Look at that. I didn't even know. And well, okay, yeah, they are. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. It's the dividing moments. Yeah.
What the fuck do I need another Macho Man for?
I have two of these.
I've already gotten the first one that came out, the NWO one, and the one that came with the new gen. I don't need another Macho Man.
So here was my take on that Macho Man real quick, and I'll put him up here. I do have the real quick before we we go into the last part of the show. This is the last part, but before we end the show, this is a Macho Man that was the first defining moments.
Right.
It was great. WrestleMania 7, big time match for the Macho Man. It's 7 or 8. This is 7, yes, right? I think it's 7. But my only problem with the original was it didn't have, so it had this entrance jacket and all this other jazz, but it didn't have the shirt. So Macho actually had an entrance jacket and then like a shirt that was like a tank shirt cut off in the beginning of the match. And eventually, as the match progressed against Flair, he took that shirt off. I'm wondering whether or not we're getting the shirt under this jacket. That's the only reason that intrigues me, because I want that shirt, and if they don't give it to me, there's no reason for me to get this figure. I just don't, like with him with all the gear on, I don't need it. I just don't need it. So I'm not gonna.
But my problem is that I'm an ultimate completist.
Yes.
So it's like I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't.
What is your take now on something like this? Again, the
I think that's total bullshit. I think that's listen, that Ultimate Warrior figure sat on the fucking pegs forever. And then once it was finally gone, now everybody wanted it, and it jumped to I think the highest was like $200 and something, I think. Was the highest one point. Now they're re-releasing it. What is it's a cash grab. That's what it is. Because what's going to happen now, it's going to drive down the value of the original.
Yep.
And it's not like they did anything to update it.
No, it looks like the same exact figure. Yeah. And
the only thing you're doing now is...
Do you see that they have the red background here?
Yeah.
So like the shell, I guess it's going to be red to make the figure pop a little more, which is good.
So the only thing you're doing now is just re-releasing the same figure, and you're driving down the cost of what people had it for second hand.
Yep.
It's not like you're giving anything new.
No, there's nothing value added here.
Yeah. It's not like they fixed the scan or anything like that. Like if you were re-releasing that Stone Cold, you know what would have been perfect with that Stone Cold? Give them some bullshit makeshift can of beer.
But like a soda can or something. Well, look, I mean, or do some, like give them some of the camo stuff, right? I mean, like, this one hasn't been released in a while, or I don't know. Like you said, there are things you could do, right?
Yeah, if you're gonna re-release it, at least do something to change it up. Don't put out the same fucking thing again. Otherwise, it serves no purpose, and nobody's gonna buy it.
I'm not buying it.
The only people, honestly, I shouldn't say that, because the only people that are going to buy it are the people that missed out on it. And you know what? That's cool, because you know what? I like that aspect of it. So that way, people, at least it gives people somewhat of an opportunity to get the figure if you're a legit collector, but if you're just someone that likes to scalp and resale, it's gonna affect their bottom line.
Yep. This figure now,
phenomenal.
Why can't they do this with every figure?
The Andre, listen, I am an ultimate completist, and I've said it on both videos that I've did of the Andre and the Seth Rollins. I think those are probably two of the best ultimates they've done to date.
I agree.
Minus the singlet on Andre. That is two of the best figures that they've done to date. The only other thing that they screwed up on Andre too was that belt. Andre never held that belt. So
so the belt was he didn't technically hold it, but they created it for him because they thought he was going to go over. So at WrestleMania, I believe, and that was why they created it, to my knowledge. So it is a belt that was created especially for him, but he never actually, wore it or anything. So it does exist. It actually does exist. So again, like I said, the lore was that they created it, existed. They needed a bigger belt for Andre because they didn't know if he was going to put Hogan over, to my knowledge. I think it was around the WrestleMania 3 time. So they created the belt. I think they have a picture with him. I think there's somewhere. And but yes, but like you said, the singlet's weird. You can't really do anything with it. I mean, the thing is, I mean, most people are going to pose them this way anyway, so I'm not entirely against that. I did get this version. I have pretty much all of the Mattel Andres minus 2 or 3 of the very, just like the older school ones. The belt strap was originally blue when they made it for him. They did do a run on black on this, which I thought was unique. So I picked up the variant. So
really?
They do have,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so they have 2 versions out right now. They have the original release, which was a blue strap, which or maybe it was like a change. So they released it with the black strap and limited quantities. They caught the mistake right away, and then they turned it over. They did a running change.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see which one I have.
Yeah, you got to check which one you have. I have the black strap, which is pretty cool.
Let me see. I have the blue strap.
Yes. So there is a variant out there for if you wanted to be an ultimate completist, Seth.
God damn it, Will. We'll have to talk offline, and we'll have to see, if the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Oh, I'll put you in the right direction. I'll put you in the right direction. And so yes, this though was very, very, very I absolutely love the release. This Ultimate Edition 17, and I right now have Seth Rollins as my figure of the year. I don't think there's anything that's gonna come out that beats it personally. It's just it's my figure of the year.
We'll see. I mean, as of right now, as far as wrestling figures goes, yes, I will say as far as wrestling figures goes, at the moment, that is the wrestling figure of the year.
Yes, that's what I mean.
That Seth Rollins is absolutely incredible. I mean, I thought the AJ Styles was freaking amazing.
Dude, I agree with that too. It's just that wavy hair look that they have on him. Look at this.
Well, no, that wavy hair look is for, if you want to have him doing the phenomenal, like he's jumping in air doing the phenomenal forearm.
It looks great. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it looks phenomenal. I mean, literally. I mean, it looks great. I mean, I do have to add it to the collection as well. I think it's something that I just have passed on. I think this is a figure that's going to really go down in price. I think, so here's my thing. With a figure like this, Ringside Collectibles, Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday sale, boom, you're going to get this figure for like $15, $20.
Not even that. You'll probably get it cheaper because right now I think it's just peg warming at Target.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really a wait and hold. It's a wait and see. I love the Razor. I do think the little bit of the head sculpts on him are questionable, some of them. But
yeah. I felt the same way. I have both Razors. I have the purple one and the and the yellow and the regular one. I have the Chase and the regular one. But yeah, the 2 other portraits are kind of hit or miss. Like that one's kind of hit, kind of miss. The one that he comes with on his head, that's probably the best one. The one that comes on the figure.
See, I personally thought that it was I liked this one the best. The smiling one, but it doesn't go with him in this heel.
The smiling one only would have worked if they found a way to incorporate like a toothpick in his mouth.
Yes. Which they do have it on. Do they have it on this one? I don't know.
No, there's no toothpick.
It just looks like it's there.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I like this for the Hasbro-esque. I mean, it's the Hasbro figure basically. Right. So, that's why I got it. A really nice figure. And then, I mean, but that's what's been exciting for me. There's not really anything else that has been released that I'm like, even AEW wise, I think AEW has been a little bit, other than this dog collar exclusive, I just haven't been enthused.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
That's going to be a phenomenal figure as well. A great figure. Everything else AEW though, I'm just not. I mean, I guess the Danhausen stuff. Like I got the 2.
Listen, the Danhausen stuff that they showed off is awesome. The hook figure looks good. As far as everything else goes, it's the same guys all over again.
All over.
And again, they've announced all these new waves of Unmatched and Unrivaled. Where's Series 4 of the Supreme line?
Oh, that's yes. That is the Young Bucks, right?
No,
No.
Series 4. No, Series 4 was supposed to be CM Punk and someone else, I believe.
Interesting. Oh yeah, so they deleted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was Lucha Brothers. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Because I have the Lucha, I have all the Supreme figures,
Oh
and the
yeah.
Supreme and that's what I'm doing moving forward. I'm not buying any more of the regular, the regular Unrivaled or Unmatched. I'm only buying the Supreme figures because the Supreme figures are amazing.
Yeah, the Lucha Brothers look great. I have to. This is from their match. All Out, the cage match, right?
Yeah. Where they beat the Bucks. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I got to get these, and they're such great people. I met them at the last AEW show we attended.
I did a live stream Wednesday night, and I got mine in from ringside.
Beautiful. Yeah, they look great. So I definitely have to get them. I still haven't picked up the Malachi yet, and I don't know. I'm just not a fan. So I'm picking and I'm picking and choosing. I can't have everything.
Listen,
I know that.
Listen. Me personally, I've said it on my live stream. I rather spend my money, and if I have to spend a little more, I rather get a quality figure, and that's why I buy the Ultimates, and then that's why I only buy the Supremes.
Yep. And hey, look, we talked about it even prior to coming on here with other figure lines as well. Like I love the Adventure series for Indiana Jones. I think I'm going to get select Adventure series figures, and then like SH Figure Arts just released their indie, which I love.
Which looks great. Yeah, which looked great. Yeah,
looks great. So I have to go with that one. Like I'm going to hold back. So
again, how many Rey Fenix and Pentas do we need?
Oh my God.
They've got so many fucking other wrestlers that they haven't even made figures for yet. Why do they continue to push guys that they've already made figures for?
I don't know. I mean, I do like that the Pac stuff, the head scans look
the scan looks a lot better than the first one. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. But they're trickling them in, they got Hook in here.
Well, yeah, but there's the thing. Like Hook is his first time in the line, so they gave him a chase. And then Thunder Rosa also has a chase, but we already have a Thunder Rosa chase. We don't need another one.
God, and how many Hook figures does somebody need? I mean, like
you've got these two.
You've got
the Amazon 2-pack. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he changed as much. I mean, the color of his pants. I mean, look, I understand a cash grab. You want to reutilize the tooling and everything, but he's not even that big in the product. I mean, come on, guys, let's go. Like, Jesus.
Right. And then again, with that being said, the only other thing I'm going to buy, like regular figure wise, is when they put out CM Punk stuff. So I'm definitely grabbing that.
Okay, and the LJN, I like the LJNs. They're fun. I mean, and
but again,
I love that they don't. I love that they don't put them out though every kind of line, right? I mean, it's kind of like skips a series.
It's like every other. Yeah, it's like every other wave. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I don't need this to be. I don't need my LJN shelf flooded with AEW style figures. Like, give me people that are important: Cody, Darby, CM Punk. Stuff like that. Like I think that they're executing that perfectly.
Yeah, the next one after this should probably be like an MJF or a Jericho.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep it tight. Keep it. And I don't want re-releases of these things either.
And that was the other thing too. I forgot what line it was. We were supposed to be getting a Luminaries CM Punk of him in the Ring of Honor gear.
Oh,
and they cut that out for some reason.
Yeah, so this is all the stuff that was released at Double or Nothing. I'm just scrolling down here because it was just so here it's just released in such craziness. So it's like 9, 14, 15. So I guess 14 we're getting
again. How many Jericho do we need? Another Jericho? We already got a Ricky Starks.
Exactly.
Like I think go back 14. I think the one that you just showed, that's the only line I think that doesn't have a repeat character in it except for Ricky Starks. All those other guys are brand new. Ricky Starks is the only repeat guy in that line.
And they threw him with the you'll finally get an FTW. Match Series 9, obviously we have repeats of Mox, him, Wheeler Yuta's getting a bloody figure, so this looks like a similar. Cesaro will finally have an update. Another Jamie Hayter. Come on now, stop it.
Yeah.
And then you got
And
the Hardy.
Alex Reynolds and Jeff Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
And then you got 15 here with.
So we're getting a Samoa Joe, which is great. We're getting Ethan Page is great. We're getting a Lionheart Jericho.
Yep.
But we've already got I don't know if you want to consider that Luminaries a Lionheart.
Corazon De Leon or whatever.
Yeah. Page, I don't really give a shit about Page. Daniel Garcia hasn't really done anything significant enough in my mind to warrant a figure. But that MJF Devil figure, that thing's awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I love the Devil Mask. And then this is Unmatched Series 10.
Again, we don't need another Young Bucks. We don't need another Kenny. We don't need another Britt. Adam Cole is okay. Kyle O'Reilly is cool, and it's cool that they're giving Brandon Coulter a figure.
Yeah, I think the Brandon figure's fun just because of his attire is unique. I'm not a big fan of these guys. I do if they do have the like Hogan heel run for the Bucks, I think that may be fun. But again, if they're gonna come out with another, which we thought Supreme, then why would you put them? I'm not gonna buy the Elite.
The one thing I think they're severely lacking, where they really could hurt WWE in the figure game, is if they start making more of the managers. If you get a Don Callis, you get a Mark Sterling, you get the guy, what is it, the guy who comes out with Penta and
Alex
Phoenix.
Alex Alejandro. Yeah.
You get some guys like that. They've already done a Taz and a Tony Schiavone and a and who else?
Excalibur.
So that's cool. You got different guys.
Yeah.
But again, we don't need repeats of the same freaking characters every other line.
No, I did there's certain, I love the purple Jericho. I think the
Walmart Jericho.
cool.
Yeah, the Walmart Jericho is cool because, again, that's Jericho Appreciation Society.
Exactly. So you kind of get a little bit of an update there, but I agree with you on 100% on everything you're saying right now. I mean, like you said, it's a situation like Cutler's cool. Come with his spray cans, it looks like, and all that jazz and cameras and, things like that. But like you said, focus on some of these people that haven't been released. But again, it's like, even the people that haven't been released, I'm not going to get Private Party. I really don't see the need for them.
I don't even care about that. That's why I stopped trying to. That's one of the reasons why I stopped being a completist on the Unrivaled and the Unmatched, because I'm just buying people that I don't even like, and I'm buying it just to be a completist.
Yeah, exactly. And the Butcher and the Blade are easy passes for me as well.
Yeah.
Bunny looks sort of cool, I guess, but again, it's like, they're not even on TV. Like, why am I going to buy figures for these people? Like, I don't, and I understand why they have to put them in the line, because you can't, like you said, keep releasing Jerichos and freaking Kenny Omegas and all that stuff. But I don't know. Like you said, it's interesting. I'm really intrigued by it all. I really want to see where it goes from here. I think they do have some great things in the pipeline. I'm intrigued to see how long this is going to last at stores. I know Jeremy announced that the waves, like new waves, are going to start to flood stores soon, that they're liquidating everything else.
Yeah, I'm tired of going to Target and Walmart and seeing Hangman pages and freaking Nyla Rose's.
Nyla Rose is everywhere. Oh my God. Like, can we get this product out? Just liquidate it. And if it's not doing well, then change your strategy.
Send it to Ollie's.
Yeah, send that shit off. My God. Anyway. I think the future is bright. I think you're going to see some good things, some bad things, and we'll go from there. I think it's a pick and choose game, but I think wrestling figures as a whole are like that. I think it's come a time where there's just so much being released that you can't possibly have everything anymore, So anyway, hey, that's our take on some of the wrestling figure collecting. I know you have that. Again, go check out Seth's Ultimate Edition videos on the Seth Rollins and Andre the Giant figures. I think they did a great job there. I know you have your big Rocky collector, so you just got that 6-scale Rocky figure in that looks horrible.
Horrendous.
He's going to be doing all the figure reviews. I'm focusing on the card selling, so I can't really review much figures, but I will have a lot of photos. I will take photos of the defining moments that just came in from Ringside Collectibles on my Instagram page. Unlike you, I still am trying to stay away from Twitter. I know I have to get on it eventually. it's just so much repeat. I applaud you for doing that. It's very tough. It's a very tough platform for me, you know.
Listen, I'm still learning. I'm still learning it. Like it's pretty sad that I have to have my wife show me how to, how to use it.
How to use
So
it and tweet exactly and do
yeah,
the things correctly. And
I'm
I
like the
again,
hashtag still. I'm like telling her the other night. I'm like the hashtag's still relevant on Twitter.
I think hashtags will always be relevant wherever you are.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. It's definitely a different beast. But so I applaud you for that. I think I'd love to make this regular for you guys out there and in the YouTube universe. We love the YouTube channel. I love doing live streams. We love have Seth coming on the channel and discussing everything professional wrestling, especially collectibles. So yeah, Seth, where can everybody find you on your page? Because you have some awesome reviews and live streams.
Yep. Thanks, man. So yep, if you want to go to YouTube, all you have to do is just type in my name, and I'm the only Seth Bayer on YouTube that pops up right away. Same thing on Instagram, just type in my name, same thing on Twitter. And then if you want, like I was telling Will before, we created the Facebook group, the BFC, as I like to call it, the Bayer Faction of Collectors. You guys, if you're on Facebook, find that group. Go ahead and ask to join. If you guys check out my videos, the links for all that stuff for in the description of my videos. And yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and you can also, if you go down on the live stream here into the description and whatnot, all the links to Seth's sites will be in there as well. We all have link trees. I'm going to become part of the Facebook group if I'm accepted in. It's probably a closed community, so hopefully, given my expertise and knowledge, I'll get the okay from you.
I would say your chances are probably 99.9%.
The stamp of approval. I mean, there is still 0.1 that I may not get approved. So and that's probably attitude alone. But anyway, we'll digress from that. Yes. So continue following us here on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do want to promote a little bit. I have a lot of Whatnot sales coming up. So do check us out on Whatnot. I have an awesome wrestling card slab sale tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we're going to actually do a fun Pick Your Wrestler case break on Sunday. That's on our Whatnot channel. Pick Your Wrestler case break. All wrestlers are in the buy. Now it's going to be 2022 debut edition Panini Revolution, WWE Revolution. So it's a fun product. It's a fun break. It's a low entry point break to do. I have wrestlers as low as $5. You can choose whatever wrestler you want. You get pretty much all the cards to that specific wrestler, all their hits. So go check us out on Whatnot at SQD Circle FP. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. And I do have a Twitter. You can follow us there as well if you want to just send a tweet over every so often at SQD Circle AFP across all social media platforms. Thanks again for joining in to our YouTube channel live stream, Uncensored, here at the Squared Circle Action Figure Podcast on YouTube. We will see you hopefully again next week. Try to do this weekly, but until then, remember, you always got to be here and be squared, baby. Let's go.